Pokemon is a beautiful world, a world with so much potential and unforgettable moments. The official games has given us some iconic scenes, like the final battle with N in Pokemon Black and White, your showdown with Red in Gen 2, or the ending with AZ in Pokemon X and Y. And that's exactly what many fangame creators also try to do, which is create the scenes to make players feel something real, something special. Sometimes it's something emotional, something unforgettable, maybe even something that makes you cry. Hello guys, my name is Samurai and today I want to talk about one of these moments, a scene that broke the hearts of many players in Pokemon Unbreakable Ties, the fangame I'm currently developing. So yes, this video contains some spoilers, so if you haven't played it yet, I really recommend you that you play the full story first. I will leave the download link in the description, and once you have finished it, then come back here and learn how and why this scene end up being so emotional. Before we start, I remember you that I will start to upload more videos like this soon, so feel free to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss anything. Alright, so let's start. As you have probably seen in the thumbnail, you already know which scene I'm talking about. Yeah, that's right, the loss of Lucario, your starter Pokemon. Probably you might think this moment was part of the script from the beginning, like it's something that I planned out 3 years ago when I started the project. But I have to be honest with you guys, actually it wasn't. That moment wasn't in the original plan at all. I've been thinking in the possibility, but as you know, it's a risky move, and honestly, I don't think anything like this has been done in Pokemon fan games before. In fact, originally, it was going to be Derek who lost Latios again, like in Cardinal City arc, but I felt like it was too early in the story and maybe a little bit repetitive. So I've been thinking on change a little bit my script, my guide, and Lucario's loss ended up being much more impactful for many players, even for those who don't like Riolu as a starter. Let me explain why. Back in April 2023, when I released Beta 3, I guess, yeah, Beta 3, I created a feedback form in typical Google form to hear what people liked or didn't like about the game. I've been reading a lot of comments and, well, there wasn't that much because it was not the best moment for the game, but it was like, I don't know, 100 or 200 answers, and I saw a comment that was really repetitive, and it was, the protagonist doesn't feel like a protagonist. And yeah, that's absolutely true. If you have played Pokemon Unbreakable Ties, maybe you probably have noticed that the main character doesn't have as much presence in my game as in official games or most fan games out there. Maybe you noticed about, but in Unbreakable Ties the real protagonists are Derek and Eda, your official rivals. And yeah, that's totally intentional. This is really crazy because maybe it's not done before in Pokemon fan games, but this is something personal. I personally hate when the characters is always the center of the universe, getting a legendary Pokemon just because they are the chosen one or something like this, or I'm super strong so I have to have a legendary Pokemon, and that kind of things, I have to be real, it makes me cringe. So instead of giving the MC a fake personality or special treatment, I thought it was more sense to focus on other characters, at least for the Latios and Latias arc, which is mostly the main story. But don't worry, the protagonist will have a much important role later, so you will have your own legendary and blah 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 blah. By the way, so why I'm telling you this? Well, that's because those comments made me realize something. I thought that players were feeling disconnected with the MC, like they weren't really part of the story, and I wanted to fix a little bit that. Beta 3 ended more or less when Eda's arcs is finished, so maybe from this point you have seen all the story and you can feel a little bit like, okay, yeah, I'm a third character or something like this, I'm a side character, so I can understand that. I wanted the player to finally feel like they were the one living through the experience, not just watching others to do everything. And this is why in Lugano City, in the Palace arc, you have more protagonism. This is where Amethyst, probably the most hairless villain in this game and is really hated, she comes in. From the beginning of this arc, her presence sets the tone for what's coming on. Through the Nigileko's potion, the protagonist reveals thoughts and feelings that actually came straight from the feedback I received. So the words that the MC is talking in the rage scene, they are literally the words that they put me on the forum. And that's why so many people is like, that moment made a lot of players feel like the character on the screen was them. It's kinda wild, right? It's like their own emotions were being reflected in the game. And this is all the context you need to understand why Lucario is maybe too important in this game. And then it's when Lucario steps in. The scene is the perfect moment to introduce the Mega Evolution, not just as a mechanic, but it is as a symbol of connection. Your bond with Lucario becomes the thing that pulls you out of the darkness. Even if you didn't like Riolo at the start, by this point you probably feel something for your Lucario, because he is the only one who truly gets you, the only one who supports you, the only one who won't leave you aside. That emotional bond is exactly what makes that scene hit so hard. But this is not the scene which I'm talking about. It is to understand why Lucario is really important for the MC, and at the same time it is for the player. And after that, then comes the heartbreak. After all of that, after learning how important your Pokemon really is, when you are literally domained by the potion and you are domained by your darkness side, after understanding that Lucario was your only solution to solve that problem in yourself, after using Mega Evolution without a Mega Bracelet, that it's something that should be impossible, maybe you should think about this. After finally standing up, fighting Stella, the game's main villain, in the final battle at the top of the Royal Palace, Lucario finally is taken from you. But it's even worse than that, because he loses all his memories with you. He doesn't even recognize you anymore. That hits so hard, because there was a connection before with the MC and the player, and at the same time with your starter Pokemon, which is, in general, the most important Pokemon for the player. Because for the first time in the game, you, the player, felt love, like someone was finally fighting for you. You were all the time helping others, Sakura, your own rivals, Darek and Eda, and this is finally someone is helping you. That's the real story behind that scene. It wasn't part of the original plan. I just thought it would be interesting to share it because nobody knows about it. I have to say that sometimes feedback helps you to change things for the better. Not to please anyone, because that's impossible, and honestly I want to do what I enjoy. In the end, it's my game and I will do what I want. But negative feedback can lead you to opportunities if you are willing to look for them. Because let's be honest, even if some of people really love Unbreakable Ties, and the game, it's not perfect and it's not for everyone. Some of the choices I've made won't appeal to all players, and it won't. And I had two options: ignore the critics or tune it into something powerful to get into my terrain, you know? And now about Lucario, will he come back? What do you think, guys? Let me know in the comments, I will be reading them. Okay, so that's all. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, and check out the links in the description. You can follow the project on social media or even support it on Patreon. Actually, I think I will start showing all Patreon supported names at the end of my videos from now on. Thanks again for supporting me and the project, and big hug. See you in the next time.